Aloha and welcome back to the Kauai Real Estate Podcast. So this is kind of a weird one. I had this idea that I wanted to do a podcast about people who hate their real estate agent, buyers and sellers who don't like their real estate agent. But then I realized it's not that they don't like their agent. They don't like what their agent is saying. Because most people pick the right agent for their needs. People just kind of, I don't know, happenstance meet the right person or get connected or get referred to or whatever. They're connected with the right agent, but for some reason they don't like what their agent's saying. Your agent kind of your North Star guiding you through this process of buying or selling. But there is a time when you can become at odds with the advice that your agent's giving you, no matter how much you like and trust them. It's a bit of a tricky situation. Really, what I want to say to you is most of the time when you don't like what your agent is saying, it's because it's hitting a nerve in you. It's not because the information they're guiding you with, their expertise, their professional opinion is wrong. It's that it's at odds with what you want to happen. So, for example, if you interview 5 agents to list your house, and one agent gives you a presentation showing all the sales and the comps and the cost per square foot and all the information about the market conditions and demonstrates to you on paper that your property should be listed at $600,000. But you meet with 4 other agents and they all tell you your property is worth $700,000. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. And they don't provide the same supporting information. Of course, you're going to want to go with them because who doesn't want to hear their property's worth $100,000 more? But I would argue that the better agent for you is the one that frustrated you with the lower price. Now, that doesn't mean you have to price it the way the agent said. You can find a way to come out on the market maybe a little bit higher. You don't want to feel like you've left everything on the table. But if the information supports what your agent is saying, it's more likely that you don't like what the agent is saying, as opposed to that the agent is wrong or bad or someone you can't trust. So, for example, I have had numerous buyers over the years, but I'll try to come up with a very succinct example. They've said to me, and again, I'll kind of make this up because the market's changed, but I want a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo under $1 million with an ocean view. So I show them all the condos that would match that if there are any. And they, probably have what we call a non-ocean view, where you stand on the corner of the lanai or balcony, as they say on the mainland, and you're looking at this little 1/4 inch of an ocean view. You do that endlessly over time, or you show them a property that meets all their parameters, but doesn't have the ocean view. The hardest one being staying within their price point. So you're showing them all these properties and they're getting frustrated with you. They don't like you. They don't think you're listening to them. So I can't tell you how many times I've had to take a client to a property out of their price range and say to them, hey, I just want you to know, I hear you. I heard your list of 10 must-haves. This property has them. Only must-have it doesn't have is it's not under $1 million. It's $1.8 million or $1.9 million or $2 million or $1.3 million, whatever. It's not going to meet your price point. Then at least my clients know that I'm listening to them, that I've heard what they're looking for, that it is available. It just is not available within their parameters. At that point, they can make a decision, do a little self-reflection and decide what must-haves are important to them. If the ocean view is the most important thing, then how are we going to get them the extra money or the time to raise the finances or the uncle, cousin, sister, brother who's going to gift them some funds to help them get to that price point? So again, a lot of times buyers don't like their agent because they're not showing them what they're asking for. Sometimes they're not showing them what they're asking for because it doesn't exist. Also, there's this weird thing where buyers will ask you for A, B, and C, but you just get this weird idea that, we're going to drive by this property anyway. Let's show them this one. And it's got D, E, and F, and they didn't even know that they wanted those things and preferred those things. So as agents and buyers, you have to work together to kind of think outside of the box and try different things. You don't want to decide that you just don't like your agent because you don't like what they're saying or what they're showing. Same thing with a seller. If you don't like what your agent is saying, chances are it's because you have something else in mind. You've decided what your home is worth. It's worth $800,000 because I put $100,000 worth of work into it. Well, if the market says it's worth $700,000, it doesn't matter that you put $100,000 worth of work in it. It doesn't matter if you owe more than it's worth. It doesn't matter if you want more money to start the next adventure in your lifetime. These things don't matter. And it's very hard for agents to express this information to you in a way that doesn't sound like they're fighting against you, but they're really fighting for you by providing you with this information. Just in a nutshell, I just wanted to say, if you don't like what your agent is saying, it may be you that's the problem. Again, don't want to insult buyers and sellers, so it could be the actual agent. But I just want to make it clear that sometimes when people say things you don't like, it's you that needs to look inside. That's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Mahalo for listening.